was a Friday night, I woke alone to get the feeling right. We started making out and she took off my pants, but then I turned on the TV, and that's about the time she walked away from me. Nobody likes you when you're 23, and I saw more of these my TV shows. What the hell is ADD? My friends say I should act my age. What's my age again? What's my age again?
The architect of this building said, you have this huge wall. What do you think? Can you think of anything to do with it? And I immediately thought of her. She's incredible crafter. She teaches here. She's an amazing artist. She feels her scale really good. And so she was really happy to teach at UCLA now. If you want to have a great. So this is a very important piece of the campus, this landscape right here that we're on, this median strip. This whole campus used to be a military training ground, and this was the center. The buildings that were here are almost all gone. They just tore down the headquarters, which was right here, a couple of years ago to build this huge building. It was a nice old wooden building, but it was beginning to fall apart and rot. But we, this median strip has remained. And Michael Asher is a conceptual artist who lives in LA. He's known mostly in Europe. Actually, he just won a big prize, $100,000, from the Whitney Museum for the best of show for the Whitney Biennial of its material and its placement. Now, lots of people walk by and maybe recognize this form, but don't necessarily think it's art. You know, a lot of people take a drink out of this fountain, which is cool filtered water, without realizing that it's art. But the students have a thing now that it's smart water and you have to have a drink before exam. And they also have a thing that if you drink this way, which is what you would normally do, then you're bowing to the chancellor. So, so I like to say that art is about paying attention. And if you're paying attention, you would notice, you know, that this is a form you recognize and wonder what it's doing here or why, and then you might do a little more research and find out more about it. But you know, lots of people don't pay attention to everything around them all the time. But anyway, this is here to sort of perk imaginations. So this is a Robert Irwin, and I gather that you've studied Irwin, or you've all read his book, seeing as forgetting the name of the thing one sees. Mm-hmm. Well, here, this work has been here since 1983. Bob walked around the campus and really loved the eucalyptus groves. The university was thinking about taking them all out at that time, and he thought that would be a shame. But he chose this grove, and these groves were planted by the railroad. For railroad ties. They were planted, eucalyptus grows fast. They were brought here from Australia. Turned out to be either a poor decision or an investment scam, who knows. But they aren't any good for railroad ties. But they're planted in rows. It's just like an orchard. So Irwin, I like to say that every artistic decision he made in this work is based on qualities in the grove that existed before he got here. So these rows, he plays off of that by putting this main section right down the center of one of the rows. The sky, the green is kind of the blue of the sky. It's 6 times as big. And the bird was being made in France. I'm at a fiberglass studio of Robert Aligon, who does a lot of work for Duchamp and other artists. Anyway, so we built the arch. There were lots of rumors about Gumby's legs, because nothing like this had ever happened on campus before. And then on February 3rd, 1983, the bird came down from, well, it actually came down before that, but from Long Beach, had been shipped in an open slatted crate on a boat that landed in Long Beach, and it came down on a truck. Faculty Club wasn't here then, and we flew it to the base. Some people on campus had been very worried about this whole enterprise and thought that the Stewart collection was a crazy idea, and that students would ruin everything, and they would tear them down. It would be an exercise in folly, frustration, humility, and horror. So the very next day I came, and I could see that nothing had happened to it, but underneath there, where all those sticks are, it shouldn't be, was a big object, and it turned out to be an egg that said happy birthday on it. So the students adopted it right off as a kind of campus character, and it's gotten a cap and gown for graduation, and it's gotten earphones and a thing hanging down from a wing that said Sony Walkbird, and it became very distinctly male when Sunset Festival, and it had quite a bit of fun. This is his only song on this whole piece. There's 6 hours of material, and this is him singing. He's from Texas. He's good friends with Joe Ely, David Byrne, a whole lot of friends, and so they all have things on here. Joe Ely was very uncomfortable doing an art project, so he has a song called Mona Lisa, Won't You Please Squeeze My Guitar. Bill Wiley, the painter, sings Ghost Riders in the Sky, playing a musical instrument he made. David Byrne has a song that is actually on one of his discs now, but he sort of wails, I know man can be wrong. So Terry took 3 trees that had been cut down by the university and for buildings, and we had them creosoted like telephone poles, and then he covered them with this lead skin. We had them creosoted so they wouldn't rot. And then they were erected or planted in the forest where a tree had fallen. So you can see it's right in line with the others. And then he invited people to submit things.
Wait. You want to use take a picture of him? Hey, it might fall. It's only glue by Elmer.
That I told you all about before. And you can see that people take their picture constantly where it's bare. You can see that the steel rods that hold the head on and the arms on. And Kim wanted you to be able to see what the bear had been through. The circles that you see, the small sort of gray circles, are where they had to drill and put metal plates and do all that while they were getting the rods to go into the granite. You know, they had to worry about the rocks cracking. They had to worry about a lot of stuff.
Hey, Carlos, ahora un poquito por un lado.
You gotta make that more. Lean forward. More. Way more. More.
That's a bomb ass chorizo right there.
Like that.
I'm a party and 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 I'm a party and 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 I'm a party and 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 I'm a party and 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 I'm a party and I don't think I've ever met you. My name's Chillin.
Somebody walked the door across the street.
What the?